Hi, I'm Tom with Learn PDR Online, and in today's video we're discussing glue pulling. I wanted to make a short video showing you some of the different effects with glue pulling and to help you if you're making mistakes and you can't quite figure out what's not working. Hopefully this video will help. So hit the subscribe button, click the little icon for notifications, and it will make sure you don't miss out on the future videos that we release. So stay tuned to find out more about glue pulling for paintless dent removal. Okay, so what I wanted to show you was the different effects with the glue. So we're going to put a glue tab on and we're going to pull it too soon. And what that will likely leave us with is a sticky glue residue that perhaps will join the panel and the tab. And that indicates that we've pulled the glue tab before the glue had fully hardened, and you'll get that stringy kind of mess between the panel and the glue tab. So we'll do a quick demonstration and then we'll move on to the next example. So what that shows us here is that we've pulled it slightly too early. It hasn't left the glue kind of joining the two, but you can see it's not given us a nice clean pull either. And these stringy parts of the glue indicate that it was pulled too early. So you've pulled the melted glue as opposed to pulling the panel itself. So generally that indicates that we've pulled it too early, which is either a case of just being a bit hasty in our pull, or quite often the panel is still warm, or if we're in a hot environment, it can sometimes take longer for the glue to fully cure. In this next example, we'll show you what the effects are if you've left the tab on for too long. So as you can see behind me, I've put a glue tab on. I've left it for a little while, and we're going to give it a pull, and often when it's been left on too long, it will just pull away from the panel. So let's take a closer look and we'll see what happens. Now that's left the glue on the tab, but it's not even pulled the bonnet at all. So that indicates when the glue tab is left on for too long, it won't give us the right pull. But also that can mimic when it's really cold outside. So if you're working in cold conditions, sometimes that tab can just ping straight off without pulling at all, which can often mean it's either you've left the tab on too long, or the panel and the environment is too cold. And it can also be if you've not cleaned the panel properly. So if you have kind of like a wax residue or even just dust and road grime on the panel, and you haven't cleaned and prepped the area properly, then as you pull, and it will just take the glue off onto the tab without actually pulling the panel. So that's the effect. You can see that the glue is still on the tab and it didn't pull our bonnet panel at all. In this next example, if when glue pulling you leave a glue perfectly on the panel, and as you pull off, you've just taken off the tab and it's got no residue on it at all, there's a chance that you've not cleaned the tab properly before putting your glue on. So very important to use your methylated spirits or alcohol-based cleaner, panel wipe, to clean and prepare the tab as well as the panel before we do our glue pull. So quite often as you pull off the tabs and you think that the glue pulling process isn't working, 9 times out of 10 it's down to a lack of preparation on either the panel or the tab itself. It can also be an indicator of the environment. So again, if it's really cold and that happens and you know that you've cleaned your tab, perhaps try using a little bit of heat with a hairdryer, hot air gun, just to make sure the glue is nice and warm. If the glue goes off before it's ready or before you're ready to pull it, then sometimes that can just make it a bit brittle so that it doesn't pull with the panel. So check that you've prepared your glue tab, and again check that we're in the right environment and it's a bit of trial and error, so keep testing, and if it's not just a case of cleaning the tab, then try again and use a bit of heat to make sure that the glue is not too cold to pull. So that's it for today's video, just a few examples of the differences with glue pulling and the effects it can have on the glue, and things to look out for, particularly when you're learning paintless dent removal. So hopefully you found the video useful and have taken something from that, and as always you can leave your comments below, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on the future videos we do. And I'm Tom with Learn PDR Online. Thank you for watching.